Hello and welcome to Bish's RV, everybody. My name is Josh the RV Nerd, and by your popular demand, this is the first of two additional entries into my top 5 personal picks list that I put out every year. Well, starting last year anyway. This is now our second annual year doing this. I'd done some things under 30 feet. I'd done some things under 5,000 pounds, and a bunch of people left some comments and said, can you do one more? Can you do a list in between like 5,000 to 7,500 pounds? And that's what we're going to focus on today. Today we're going to be looking at No-Bunk couples models, and I'll soon release like a sister video to this specifically for bunkhouse like family models in that same kind of weight range. So just kind of some things here so that you fully understand what this means. 5,000 to 7,500 pounds, I'm talking gross vehicle weight. That means the empty weight of the RV plus maximum cargo. So the heaviest trailer that we're going to look at today will max out at 7,500 pounds fully loaded. That means that some of these entries may actually be good pairings for like mid-sized tow package pickups, Tacomas, Rangers, things like that, or a heavier tow package SUV. Some of them may still kind of push that boundary line though, but all of these will float in somewhere between 5,000 to 7,500 pounds. Now, I also want to mention, it is very difficult taking an entire industry's worth of things, everything that I've seen the last couple years, and boiling it down to just a couple quick mentions. So if there's one that I've missed, remember these are kind of the ones that really sort of stick out at me. It doesn't mean that they're hands down the very best ones out there, just the ones that sort of jumped out at me. If there's one that I've missed, leave me a comment. Let me know. Maybe I need to get it on my hit list. Maybe I need to get a review recorded for it. Or maybe you and me just look for different things in an RV. That doesn't mean that your pick is a bad one by any stretch of the imagination. So all that being said, we got the groundwork laid out. Let's get started. Starting us off at number 5 on the list, the Winnebago 2108 TB. This is what I call a twin to king bed vertible floor plan where, you know, it can work as 2 separate beds. You could make it one giant bed. They also do make a version of this called the FBS, which is just a normal like fixed walk around bed in the middle. But this is a camper that comes in, I think it is a good fit for that mid-size pickup because it's got a narrow body, a better suspension, and just a lot of premium features packed into a really small thing. 10 pounds of sugar and a 5-pound sack. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here at Bish's RV in Coldwater, Michigan. And guess who's back in the house? Winnebago, baby! We're getting the band back together. Winnebago is finally back in Coldwater, Michigan. This is the 2108 TB. This is the twin to king vertible bed floor plan. It's something that's hard to find out there in the marketplace, twin bed floor plans, and I think it's really one of the first ones that was available there in a mainstream market. And not only are we looking at the Micro Mini, which is already a small, lightweight, easy towing premium grade camper, which is a hard series of qualities to find, but this is yet another tick above that in the Flex series. So what are we looking at here? This is an Asdel using brand with a heavy duty plywood floor that won't develop soft spots, although it does still have a heavy use of aluminum framing all over the place, a ladder to get you up to a walkable roof, Goodyear Endurance Wranglers on a torsion axle and suspension system like a Rockwood Flagstaff or even Airstream. They're all riding on kind of the same sort of suspension system here. Underbelly's enclosed, heated, has 12-volt tank heaters, radiant barrier package all the way around, and a partridge in a pear tree. Carpetless, even in the slide out. Like, this is, they are just nailing a ton of awesome qualities here. Really, the only thing that might be a little bit of a trick on this one is just because it's a 7-foot wide narrow body, it does mean that it does have a little bit more limited storage in some spaces, but I think they've done a very good job compensating for that wherever they can. Now, this is also the Flex series, which has expanded solar, has a monster inverter package, has a different kind of air conditioner and water heater, and a water management system for the shower so that you don't waste any of your fresh water if you're boondocking. I cannot wait to go through this thing with you. I can't wait to hear what you think about it. Let me know what you think about this, good, bad, or ugly, as we go through. I'm going to try to show you the highs and the lows, although this one's mostly, I'm riding on a high on this one. My hands are shaking. I am excited, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you appreciate how we go around these things, and let's get started. Next up at number 4, another one of those brands that puts a lot of punch into a small space, a Freedom Express 192. And the reason this one kind of punched through the mix, because there's some similar things like a Rockwood 2109 and a lot of very similar RVs out there. The reason this one spoke to me, a true queen bed and a taller ceiling, and the way that the bed can lift up to basically function like a dinette in a tiny camper like this, I've never seen anything else like it. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here at Halo RV of Coldwater, Michigan with the very popular little 192 RBS Freedom Express. It only weighs 4,360 pounds as we see it here today. It has a maximum weight of 6,000 pounds with cargo, which means if you've got, say, like a tow package mid-size pickup, we're even below potential half-ton country here. Somebody who has like a tow package Tacoma or Ranger, you'd find this a potentially good fit for your vehicle. You don't necessarily need to go swapping your daily driving bigger tow package SUV out, for instance. And it brings with it a lot of big camper features into a small package. It's what I call 10 pounds of sugar in a 5-pound sack, which isn't exactly how my grandfather taught me that phrase goes, but that seems a little more work-appropriate way to share it. What I love about this, it sounds so stupid, it's small but big. So it's a short floor plan, it's lightweight, but it's carpetless, it's extra tall, it has a true queen bed in a small camper, it has a nice tall shower for somebody like me, and surprising storage. This thing has some really big storage capacity, especially when you factor in that amazing new vaulted easy lift bed system Freedom Express put into these. This floor plan always kind of like, the storage under the bed used to always irk me a little bit, and they have just nailed it. It's like every little concern or point of consideration I've had over the years, they've always addressed on this one. And I mean, if I'm going out of my way to find something to complain about on this one, it's a little limited on door side windows. There's no shade in the main entry door. Other than that, tell me I'm wrong. I have a hard time finding any reasons to criticize this camper. Maybe it lacks a little bit of bedroom privacy, but it's a small little solo or couples camper. It doesn't have to just be a couples camper. That's what's cool about this one. Like I said, I like that RV. That's all well and good, but it is a conventional like bifold sofa. It's not a big full-on tri-fold theater seat. So if we kick things up just a little bit, that will actually nudge us into our number 3 entry here, the Rockwood 2205. And this one was kind of tricky because there's some other very good, very similar things, like there's the new Ember 201 that's very similar. There's a lot of brands that make a very similar floor plan to this. Overall though, by doing things like including standard double Asdel, standard Goodyears with TPMS, standard solar and inverter, the Rockwood just elevated itself out of the mix for me. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here at Halo RV of Coldwater, Michigan with the 5,190-pound Rockwood Mini Lite 2205S. This double Asdel little beauty is an absolutely awesome fit for half-ton towing, or say like a big SUV with rough half-ton equivalents. It has a 4-wheel independent-ish suspension system that is very uncommon in the travel trailer industry, Goodyear Endurance tires with tire pressure monitoring, and double Asdel to help keep the weight down, which is just an amazing series of features for traveling, especially when you factor in the fact that this has full, basically, traveling access with the slide closed. If you're going to be moving long distances, this is such a good mobile lifestyle camper. Like maybe you got a big fancy fifth wheel and you want something small for weekend trips, but you don't want to give up the high quality build kind of stuff. That's where Rockwood comes in. There's been a lot of concern this year over manufacturers cranking stuff out. How's the build quality coming out? I will tell you, there is nothing better at our dealership right now than Rockwood. They have been coming in, I would say, better than anything I've ever seen them build in the past. They understand all the challenges that are out there. They've risen to meet those challenges, and they are producing every single time a product that I'm really proud to offer here at our family-owned and operated shop. We've got factory standard solar, inverter, 12-volt fridge, a true queen bed, and that's really one of the signature calling cards of this floor plan. Theater seat and true queen bed. That is what really separates this significantly from the 2109, its little brother, and I'll leave you a link to that one also. But if you need to save a little weight, if you can deal with a Camp Queen and a smaller sofa slide, Rockwood makes one of those. Or if you've looked at that and you're like, I wish it had theater seating and a true queen bed, that's where this guy comes in right here. Now sliding into the number 2 is a model that I didn't see coming. I did not expect to like this much, and that's the Alta 1900 MMK. When I started boiling this list down, there's this and a very similar Imagine that came very, very close for me. The Alta went out on a couple things, a little bit taller ceiling, a few other things that I personally prefer, and something I did discover that I actually got wrong when I recorded it the first time. It is a bifolding Murphy bed, but it is a true queen-sized Murphy bed, which kind of gave it that little bit of a boost that it needed to be today's number 2 pick for me.
Now, I've seen this floor plan 3 times so far, and I haven't seen them all yet, but of the 3 I've seen, this, to me, is the best of any of them. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here at Bish's RV with the 1900 East to West Alta series. And I gotta tell you, East to West is coming out of nowhere and really taking me by surprise and really impressing me with some of the things they did. I kind of overlooked them initially, and then I started looking at their features, their floor plans, their resume. They're a 2-time back-to-back DSI Quality Award winner. During the 2 most challenging years in the history I've ever seen, at least in 13 years of RV production. They're a brand that is getting the job done. They're getting it job done well. They're bringing us the right features at the right weight at the right price. This is a nice, I would call it shorter length, something that doesn't feel too long to tow. It's only 5,500 pounds on a tandem axle. Makes me feel like I've got plenty of cargo capacity left, and it's just gonna control and handle better and feel safer to me as compared to a single axle model. But this floor plan, it has more countertop storage than I've seen in rear kitchen fifth wheels. It is, frankly, Maverick could land his fighter jet on this thing. It's an aircraft carrier's worth of space in the kitchen countertop. It's amazing. You've got the only really knock that I have against this camper is that it's a bendy bed, because other than that, I feel like they did everything right. They gave me a long bed, they gave me a tall ceiling, they gave me plenty of shower space, awesome storage, direct facing entertainment, a sofa where it belongs. Nailing it! They're nailing it! Whoa. Sorry, I did not realize I felt that strong about it. Wow. East to West, you're bringing it out of me, man.
Now, I've said it, if you watch my top lists, you know, I've said it's hard. It's hard to boil these things down, and inevitably there's always a viewer who feels like, I can't believe you didn't mention this model. Again, these are just the ones that either I've had a chance to see. It's very possible there's a really good model that I just haven't had the chance to personally review, so I'm not qualified to talk about it. Or the way that I camp, the things that I look for, certain models speak to me a little more loudly than others. That might mean that you camp differently and a different thing works for you. But these little things on the little scroll over here, they were some other ones that I was really heavily considering today. So what I will do is I'll leave you a link in the video description to check out all of those things in their own detail. But my number 1 pick here, a couple people actually mentioned, I didn't do a proper job in one of my previous videos. I kind of said, you know, my top travel trailers for this year. What I meant to say is the top new floor plans that I had a chance to review this year. If I was going to pick what I personally feel is the pound for pound most amazing, best couples camping RV out there with a gross vehicle weight between 5 to 7,500 pounds, there's a couple that are close. There's a couple that are really good. But the Cougar 22 MLS takes the cake for me 2 years in a row.
Hello and welcome to Haylett RV, everybody. My name is Josh the RV Nerd, and this is the one you've been waiting for right here. The 5,800 pound Cougar 22 MLS. And if you hang with us through this video, I'm actually going to get an awesome opportunity to show you not only just the basic Solar Flex package, but also one of the more advanced packages later in this video. This floor plan came in like a Miley Cyrus wrecking ball last year. In like 7 months, not even a full year, instantly basically became the #1 selling most popular Cougar travel trailer. And for good reason. It's funny because when I first saw the floor plan picture of this one, I was like, I don't know about that. And the moment I stepped inside, I went, oh, wow, I get it now. Here's the thing. You want to know the really weird trick about this? It's a towable motorhome. If you look at small little mini homes, they will very often have this kind of living room, kitchen, bathroom arrangement. Just where the bed is on this one, that's where the cab usually is in a Class C motorhome. It's a towable motorhome. They brought motorized concepts into the towable RV market, but
Because it's a Cougar, you get things like that warranty for full-time RVing, which travel trailers almost never have. It's 0 to 110 degree rated, and although I can't guarantee this function for you, we have multiple Haylett RV clients who have gone through hard polar vortex winters in Michigan in their Cougar RVs, trailers and fifth wheels both. It has one of the best hot-cold climate packages I've ever seen. Not just tank heaters, so much more that we'll get into later here. There's two different ways you can build the furniture on this one. Today we're looking at a common booth dinette. There's also a really awesome freestanding table and chairs option, but I would love some feedback on this because since they first came out with their version of this, they now have an even better booth dinette. And for a while I was like, I'm team freestanding table. And now I don't know. I'm really split, and I kind of need some votes from you guys to let me know which way would you go with this one.
But once again, these are just some of my personal picks, largely based on the things that I like in RVs and the way that I go camping. That doesn't mean that they're guaranteed, these are the very best things. So I'd love to hear from you. What was your favorite one off this list? And what is your very favorite one if it's not on this list? Is there something I need to get on my hit list so that over this next year I can try to get something new reviewed and we can maybe revisit this next year and see how things change up? And as always, if you appreciate the ideas and the inspiration, hit that subscribe button and catch us as all the new reviews come out. And remember, all of these things that we've seen today, I will leave you links in the video description where you can dive in and find links for pricing and availability, as well as links to the full video tour. So these are quick little flyby flashes today. If you want to see them in full detail, I've got that done for you too. So until next time, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.